Over here, Mr. John Fugelsang, one of my favorite comedians, who will be at the Maskers Cabaret in West Hollywood, March 21st and 28th. Give a hand.
Fugelsang is an ancient Navajo Indian term. It means lactose intolerant. Technically, my ethnic background is Irish, Danish, German. Thank you. Which means I get drunk, hide the Jews, and look for them. So,
You made a surprise visit to Heidi's family home. There were cameras waiting in the front yard. How do you define the word surprise?
So a few months ago, actually, I was on Facebook, and by the way, speaking of Facebook, I'll tell you one thing in LA they are passionate about. They hate new Facebook. Oh, I was kind of mad about Darfur, but this is bullshit, man. I like Obama, but this is too much change. I need the old Facebook back. I'm an angry American. I got 25 which brat pack after you quizzes to send out. And I can't find my little green patch. I want my old Facebook. I want to sit at home alone so I can socialize. You ever go out on that internet there, Garth?
Oh, no.
No?
No, thank you.
Very often you fly in concerts. You're like the fly-in country western singer and above the people's heads.
Yep.
Does age matter?
No.
I'm so glad you feel that way.
I saw this commercial. I can't believe they're still airing it. It's a commercial for the drug war. Perhaps you've seen it. It's the commercial that says, if you buy drugs, even pot, your money will go to fund terror. Brothers and sisters, this was an eye-opener for me. Because I had never heard this before. I grew up with all the traditional propaganda they fed us as kids about pot. Remember when you were a kid, they would tell you the terrible things pot does to your brain? I can't recall it right now, but... What do they always tell us as kids? They always said the same thing. Pot makes you violent and lazy. I want my violent people to be as lazy as possible. I'm gonna fuck you up, man, right after this burrito. And this is why kids don't take the drug war seriously, because we keep telling them drugs are bad, drugs are bad, drugs are bad, drugs are bad. And that is not the problem, brothers and sisters. The problem is not that drugs are bad. The problem is that drugs are great. That's the problem. Addiction is bad. Overdosing is bad. Making stupid choices when you're high is bad, and all you potheads who pay to see Watchmen know what I'm talking about.
Would you do a reality show that featured you quoting classic lines of movie dialogue called Doing Lines with Tom Arnold? $6 billion, the most expensive public works project in America's history. President Bush quickly signed it into law, proving once again that this government throws money around like Courtney Love or First Day in Amsterdam.
But let's assume all this God stuff is true. Let's assume that there really is a God. Why would he put all these different peoples here unless it was a test to see how well we can work it out together? Because whoever you hate, that's who God is. Whatever group you hate, that's what God's going to wind up being. They always say, you want to know what God looks like? Look into the eyes of someone you love. Not true. Look into the eyes of someone you hate, because that's the spiritual test. If you hate big, loud black women, that's who God's going to be. If you don't like loud Hispanic women, God's going to come out saying, why do you hate on me? You're so stupid. And if you don't like gay men, God's going to show up like Tim Gunn from Project Runway, going, welcome, breeders. Wow, look at all the departed souls I have here. Folks, I'm very sorry to break this to you, but we don't allow homophobes in heaven. Jesus told you not to do that, so you're on the wrong floor. I'm sending you down to hell. Make it work.